Good morning. Welcome back to another week. We're going to get started with our daily rigor. So let's look at this. You should have done yours. I think you have 4 questions posted, but look over the whole thing with us. So on C, we're going to look at this all together now. It says, describe each point with a decimal. So first thing you need to always make sure you're reading the instructions, okay? Because a lot of you guys did a fraction. So it says decimal. What numbers am I between on the number line? 0 and 1. Okay, it starts with 0 and it ends at 1. So my number can't be bigger than 1, correct? Okay, so that's another thing we need to check. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces here. So I have 5 spaces. If I'm going to write a decimal, we know tenths and we know hundredths, right? So this is going to be tenths. What is 10 divided by 5, you guys? 2. So then that means that each little peg is worth 2 tenths. It would be like 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 10 would be the number 1. Okay, so A is going to be worth 2 tenths. So just write a decimal point and a 2. If you want to put a 0 here, that's fine. If you don't want to put a 0 there, that's fine too, okay? So on this next one, I would say, okay, because these are all split up the same way. You notice that? So this would be 2 tenths, 4 tenths, and I can even label it. This would be 6 tenths. So if I'm between 4 and 6, what do I have? 5. So that's 5 tenths. Then next, this would be 2 tenths, 4 tenths, 6 tenths, what? 8 tenths. Then down here, I've got 2 tenths, 4 tenths, 6 tenths, 7, because it would be between 6 and 8. So that'd be 7 tenths. All right. Okay, let's see. Rebecca, why don't you come up first because you're the helper? And you can do. How about Rebecca and Kadadrian come up and do A? Y'all can just split it. There's 5 problems to do. There's another marker. So for this one, the instructions say find each difference, then label and shade the model. Okay, so you're just subtracting. And on these, you are using fractions. And the nice thing about some of these is that it gives you an example. So that kind of helps out. Sometimes the camera won't work. Restart it. Oh, it's like 2 of them. Good job. I went over some. Awesome.
All right, take a look at Rebecca's stuff and see if you got 6, 6 minus 3, 6 equals 3, 6. Thumbs up if you got that. Good. How about 4/5 minus 2/5 equals 2/5? Good. All right, now let's look at Kadadrian's 3/5 minus 2/5 equals 1/5. Good. 3/4 minus 1/4 equals 2/4. Does anybody know another way we could say 2/4?
I mean, 2/10.
No. No. Let's just look
What's
at the
4 divided
picture.
by
What does
2?
it look like?
A half.
A half. Okay, so we could simplify that to 1/2. We'll learn how to do that later on. I just wanted to see if anybody knew how to do that already. All right, this one 7/8 minus 5/8 equals 2/8. Thumbs up. All right, let's move on. Who came up to do that? All right, Rebecca, why don't you pick somebody for this next one? You are only Jorian, Jorian. Alright, it says, a model of a lacrosse field is shown below. What is the perimeter of the field in feet? Where could I look to find the formula for perimeter if I don't remember, Justin? Hmm? Well, we do have our word wall card over there, okay? So that shows us that the perimeter is around what? The rim, right? Perimeter is the rim. But where could I look for the formula if I don't remember?
What resource did we give you guys? Everybody has one.
It's in your folder. Huh? Yes, your handy dandy star sheet. So get it out. Who can tell me what the formula for perimeter is? Jaylene. Add all sides. What else? There's another word for a rectangle. Hmm? Bobby? Yep. 2 lengths plus 2 width. So you can either add all the sides or you can do 2 times the length and 2 times the width and add those up. All right, show us what you're going to do, Dorian. First, what's important? Work it out. Let's see what you got. Hold on. 330 and 330. Are we multiplying 330 times 330? 3 plus 3 is what? 6. There we go. There we go. All right, now 180 plus 180. So what's the best choice? Very good. Thumbs up if you also got A. Very nice. All right. Reset for me and pick somebody. Move you one right under it, number 4. Pick somebody who has not gone. All right, Justin. It says, which equation can be used to find A, the area of the rectangle below? So we don't have to actually solve this one out. We just need to find the equation.
equals
You guys,
length
if somebody's doing a
times.
problem on the board, you had better have your work on your paper, because I'm looking, and most of you guys are just bubbling in the answer. You're not doing the work. It's being given to you, there's no excuse to not have it done.
Very good. So he knew that area equals length times width. Again, if you didn't know this formula, where could you look?
In your reference sheet.
Reference sheet. And then all you had to do was plug in these numbers. So the length was 7 and the width was 3. Boom. You have it. You find the best choice. Okay? Very good. Let's do number 3. Justin, pick somebody for us.
Bobby.
All right, it says, Miss Deacon's car travels 29 miles on a gallon of gas. Which is the best estimate of the number of miles her car can travel on 5 gallons of gas? I see a keyword, a big keyword that needs to be circled. What is it? Estimate. So that tells me I'm going to do what?
Round.
Round. What number are you going to round? 29. All right, let's see what he's got. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Do we round before or after? Before. What's the whole point of rounding? To make it easier, okay? So round 29 before you multiply. So 29 would round to what? 30. Now multiply by 5. Okay, so luckily on this one you got the same answer, but I promise you on the test they will not make it like that. Okay, where if you round after, you won't get the right answer. Okay, so make sure when you estimate, and plus the whole point of estimating is to make it easy, right? So make it easy on yourself. Good job, Bobby. Let's see, what time is it? We got time for one more, I think.
A girl.
Sure, pick a girl.
Okay.
All right, Emily. The table shows the number of day concerts and night concerts at the Lubbock Orchestra performed during 4 months last year. How many more night than day concerts were performed during the 4 months? When I see those keywords, how many more, that tells me what operation to do. Join,
Subtract.
subtract. And if you didn't know, it's right back there on our wall. How many more? Okay. So she added 7 plus 12. And she got 19. Now she's adding 16 to that. And she got 35, then she added 15, and she got 50. Good, so she has the total for the night. Now what does she need to do? And what do you need to do, Emily? Thank you. And you had that. Put that back to 50.
Did everybody add up their days and nights? Rebecca, what did you get when you added up your nights? Ellen, what did you get when you added up your days? Okay, then you need to make sure you do it. What's the total for the days? Not 15. What? 4 plus 4 is 8, and 9 to 11, 12, 13, 14. And then you subtract those.
So she got 14 for the day, so 50 minus 14, that's what she's working on. She got 36. Thumbs up if you got 36. Very good. Good job, Emily. All right, I'll do the last part for you. Thank you. Each concert lasted 3 hours. Thank you, ma'am. How many hours of concerts did the symphony orchestra perform in January? So what should I do? Who could tell me? Jordan?
Add 15 and 15.
Add 15 times 15 plus 3 times 3. Why am I going to do 15 times 3?
And it says each.
Good. Each concert lasted 3 hours. How many hours? My question is, how many hours of concerts did the symphony orchestra perform in January? So January has 3. But what about this? We did 15 times 3 because they're each 3 hours. But what about this one? What about the day? Doesn't say this night, does it? So we need to do both of these, right? So instead of 15, I'm going to do what?
What are we multiplying?
18.
Don't wake up.
Who knows the answer? Justin?
54.
Thumbs up if you got 54. Only a couple of us. Let's do it real quick. Y'all know I'm going to do the box because that's the way I like to do it. All right, what's 10 times 3?
30.
And what's 8 times 3?
24.
24. 30 plus 24 is 54. Very good. All right, get out your journal, colored pencil.
What's in your folder to have it for tomorrow? We're going to draw a little chart in our journals. So at home, just get colored pencils in your journal. We're going to talk about strip diagrams today, okay? All right, so we've been talking about multiplication, and we're going to stick with that all through this week. And we're going to show you some different ways to do multiplication, some different ways to represent multiplication, okay? So today we're talking about multiplication with strip diagrams. So that's your title. Go ahead and get that down in your journal. And last year in 3rd grade, you guys did strip diagrams. So this isn't completely new. I just want to refresh your memory and show you how to do these with multiplication. It doesn't matter, however you want it. All right, so I want to start out with a 4-digit by 1-digit number. Do y'all remember doing that last week? I hope you do. It was just like doing a 2-digit by 1-digit. We just have 2 more steps on it, okay? So I'm just going to make up a number, and I'm going to write it out a little bit different for you guys. So I'm going to pick a letter. Somebody pick a letter for me. Say it. A letter of the alphabet. Bobby, say a letter. H. Okay, because it doesn't matter what letter you use. So I'm going to say H. So write H. And I could have used G or K or X or Y or Z. It doesn't matter. All right, this is just, this will represent the missing number, the number that I'm looking for, okay? So I'm going to say H equals, and now I'm just going to pick a 4-digit number. Let's do 8,362. So H equals 8,362 times 4. Okay? And so a little different from last week. Last week we showed you area models and like the standard algorithm to show you how to multiply. These strip diagrams are going to show a way that multiplication might be represented. So when we did the easy grader on Thursday, remember I said, if you don't like using the area model, you don't have to multiply that way, but you have to be able to read one, okay? So it's the same with this. You need to know how to read one of these, all right? So I have this. I'm going to draw my little strip, and I'll show you how they're drawn a couple different ways. So I'm going to draw just basically a big rectangle. Make it a little bit bigger. Draw a big rectangle, yeah. And then I'm going to split it in half so it's got a top and a bottom. Just the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I've got a top and a bottom. And I'm looking for H, okay? H would be my product. When I multiply numbers, the answer is called the product. Is this number going to be bigger or smaller than this?
Bigger.
Bigger because I'm multiplying, right? So when you're doing multiplication, you have a strip diagram. Your answer, the big number that you get that's bigger than everything else, that gets its own whole strip, okay? So up here in the top, I'm just going to put H. So this whole thing is H. Now down on the bottom, I need to split it into sections. Who thinks they know how many sections I might put? Just say it if you think you know. 4. Could I put 8,362 sections?
No.
I mean, technically you could, it wouldn't be wrong, but who can draw that many sections in there, right? That would be a hot mess. So when you have a strip diagram, you pick the smaller number for your sections to draw because that's easier. So I want to split the bottom into 4 sections. So whenever you're drawing sections, if I need to draw 4 sections, I draw 3 lines, okay? So try to make it nice. I'm going to draw one in the middle and then one on each side, so I'll have 4 sections. Okay. Now, what other number do I have? 8,362. I'm going to put that in each box, okay? 8,362. And I just put it in each box. So now when I look at this, I can say I have 8,362 4 times. 4 times 8,362 will give me H. And whenever you see this on a test, usually they're going to want you to either match a strip diagram to an equation or match an equation to a strip diagram. So it's not necessarily even going to ask you for the answer to the problem. You just have to know how to match these up, okay? But let's solve this one since we're practicing multiplying, why not? So we'll just come down here on our little chart and solve it. So let's look at this. So I'm going to write 8,362 times 4. I have to write it up and down like this to be able to solve it. Let's do something a little bit extra today too. And we have one of these on the Daily Rigor where we needed to estimate our product. So let's just do a little practice with that. So if I say estimate this product, and let's just round it to the nearest hundreds place, okay? So I'm going to draw an arrow over here, and I'm going to write estimate. This is just for us to get a little bit of practice. So if I want to round to the nearest hundreds, I'm going to underline my hundreds place, and I'll look next door. Will 6 go up or down? When I round 6, will go up, so my 3 turns into a 4. So I'm going to write 8,400. And the reason I didn't round it to the nearest thousands place is this will make it like a little bit more accurate. Now, here's something to remember though. So if I'm multiplying by a 1-digit number, I don't round that number. If I rounded that, what would it go to? 0, right? And then my whole answer is going to be 0. So if you're multiplying by a 1-digit number, it just doesn't make sense to round this. So that just stays the same, okay? Because that's easy math to do. And I'm going to write it like this, where I hang my zeros off the side. Remember I showed y'all how to do that, where you just don't even look at the zeros? Don't even stress out about it? All right, so first I would need to do 4 times 4. What is that? Say it. Okay, what's 4 times 4? 16. Okay, so write the 6, and I carry the 1. 4 times 8 is what, Jamie? 32. And 32 plus the 1 is?
33.
33. Now don't forget about those zeros. I've got 2 zeros. So I just put them on the end, okay? No big deal, right? So this could help you if you're like, maybe you multiply and you get an answer and you're like, I don't know, that maybe doesn't seem right. Well, you could estimate to kind of check, like, am I close to my estimation? Check yourself a little bit. Okay, well, let's multiply it for real. So we know that 4 times 2 is what? 8. And I don't have anything to carry. Now, 4 times 6 is what?
24.
24. All right, my 4, and I carry the 2. 4 times 3 is what? 12 plus 2 is 14. Got a 1 to carry. And now last 4 times 8, and we said that a second ago, is 32 plus 1 is
33.
33. So my actual answer is 33,448. Is that pretty close to 33,600?
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's a pretty good estimate, okay? So let's see, we'll do one more example up here. No, I want it in your journal. I want to show you like a 2-digit by 2-digit. So let's use the letter G. So I'm going to say G equals, let's say, 13 times 47, okay? So this is the same thing. It's going to be the same kind of setup, but now I have 2 2-digit numbers. And I'm going to show you guys just a different way to draw it also. You'll see these strip diagrams drawn a few different ways. It's all basically the same, just looks a little bitty bit different. So for this one, I'm going to draw a big rectangle again. And just like up here, my product is represented by this letter. So that's like my missing number. So the product is going to be the biggest number that I come up with because I'm multiplying. This is how they'll do it sometimes. They might put a little G and then draw one of these little things. One of those little guys to show like G is all of this. So just so you see that, same thing. On this one, how many sections should I draw? Nicholas, how many sections do you think I should draw? 13, right? Because that's going to be easier than trying to draw 47 sections. Even though 13, that's a stretch. That's a lot of sections to draw, but we're going to do it, okay? So let's split it up into 13 sections. Remember, pick the smaller number for how many sections you want to draw. So here we go. It might not be perfect, but it's going to be okay. So I need to draw 12 lines. Yeah. Okay, and it's not perfect, but it's fine. Okay. So now I have G equals 13. I've got 13 sections. So then what number do I put in every little section?
47.
Yeah, I use my other number to put in each section. So I put a 47 in each little section. So just like that. And the bigger your numbers get, like when we're multiplying big numbers, the less you're going to see strip diagrams because it's so many little boxes to deal with. But we want to make sure that you guys see this because on your next test, you will have a strip diagram on there. And all you have to do is match the right equation up to the strip diagram. So basically, it would be like, you would see this, and it would be like, which equation goes with the strip diagram? So you would need to look here and say, okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 boxes. 13 times the 47 gives me my number. And like I said, they don't even expect you to do the math and work it out. You just have to know how to read it, okay? Thumbs up if we feel okay about it. Okay, good. And like I said, this isn't brand new, so I think you'll all be fine. All right, at home, we're gonna do a few little practice problems. So if you have a whiteboard or piece of paper, whatever, you can follow along with us. Here, I want y'all to get your Ford and Farrier book out. This one. It's in your book bin. So grab that out and we're gonna be on page 300 or 132, okay? Page 132. This little guy over. 132, I wrote it on the board. We're just going to look at a couple problems together, and you'll see that these strip diagrams, they kind of take it to a whole nother level. Sure shows up okay. Okay, everybody good? All right, we're going to look at this number 4. Sasha, will you read it for us, please? And y'all circle the keywords and everything as we go through.
Number 4.
Yeah. Commission, that means like what you get paid.
Commission on 1 sale and 260
Mm-hmm.
Which strip diagram represents C, the amount of money
Commission.
commission each team member receives.
Okay, and see here they're using the letter C. It doesn't matter what letter you use, they chose C. Maybe it stands for commission. So our question says, which strip diagram represents C, the amount of commission each team member received? Okay, got some keywords in here. I always go back and I look through the problem, like one little piece of information at a time. Do you have a question?
I'm on 332.
It's 132. Yeah. Okay, so what would be, if I was just gonna work this problem out, what would be the first thing I would do? It says a sales team earned $108 commission on one sale and $216 on another. What does that tell me to do right there? Let's see, Dante, what do you think that tells me to do? They earned this much on one sale and this much on another. What should I do? Make sure we're paying attention, okay? Emily, what should I do with those numbers? I should add those numbers up, right? So that would be, and we don't have to actually work it all out, but I would do 108 plus 216, and that would give me my total amount that they made. Okay, look at your strip diagrams. This one has 108 and 216. This one has the same. This one has 108 and then has C over here. And then this one has 108, 216, 108, and 216. Okay? We're gonna just like look at the rest of the problem for now and then we'll decide. The money was split evenly. What does that mean to do if I split something evenly? Macy, what does that mean to do? Huh? Divide, yeah. If I split something evenly, I divide. So this would have given me the total number, and then I'm gonna divide by what?
4.
By 4. So I'm dividing by 4. So which one of these strip diagrams has something divided by 4? If I'm dividing by 4, then the same number is gonna be in each box, okay? Let's see. I want to pick somebody who doesn't have their hand up. Jalen, what do you think? B has 4 equal sections. You see that? Okay, is there another one that has 4 equal sections? I mean, there is. Could Adrian? D also has 4 equal sections. Okay, so this with the 4 equal sections, that shows that I divided by 4, and my answer, it has C in each box, that each box has the same number if I'm dividing, okay? So now we just have this to look at. I have 108 here and 216 here. Or down here, I have 108 twice and 216 twice. So I want you to hold up your fingers. If you think it's B, hold up 2. If you think it's D, hold up 4. Y'all are right, it's B. Because this right here, and you saw this last year with strip diagrams, this basically means we added them together. 108 plus 216, that would give you your total number. So if I did add those, it would be 324 is the total I got from adding them, okay? Then you take that total and split it evenly into 4 groups, okay? That's all you have to, it's just a matching game. Like you're not even having to work out any math. I didn't even have to do that. I just did it to show you. All you're doing is matching. Let's look at one more. So I want you to flip over to number 8. It's on 134. Everybody there? Okay. Let's see, Jordan, you want to read it? And y'all circle your keywords as we go. Okay.
1 basket held 35 raspberries. A second basket held 17 raspberries. The raspberries was divided equally among 4 students. Which strip diagram represents the number of raspberries each student received?
So we're looking for how many raspberries each student received. In here they use the letter R. R probably stands for raspberries, right? It doesn't matter what the letter is. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got 35 raspberries, and then we have 17 raspberries. So what would that tell me to do? Justin? Add them up, right? Same as the last one. Had 35 raspberries, and then we also got 17 raspberries. So which one of these strip diagrams shows me adding those 2 numbers? Scout, what do you think? There's more than one, but which strip diagrams show 35 plus 17? C shows it. I could think of that as like a little addition sign. Which other one shows it? Huh? Oh, I thought he said B. Well, which other one shows it, y'all? Just say it.
C.
C. And also, it doesn't matter if this is on the top or the bottom. It really doesn't matter. Okay, just side note. Okay, and it's a 2-step problem. So I added those, and then it says they're divided evenly. So it tells you to divide. Divide into how many sections? 4. Divided evenly among 4 students. So I've already saying, okay, this one shows adding, this one shows adding. So this is out because this is adding them twice. So I don't need to do that. And the bottom one is out because that just has 35 on the bottom. So which one of these divides it into 4 sections? Just say it.
B.
B, that's it, okay? That's it. It shows that I added these numbers and then I divided them into 4 sections. So whenever you're showing multiplication or division with a strip diagram, these boxes that are split up like this should all have the same letter or the same number in them. Like how we did ours, we had the same number in each one, right? I know. Okay. All right. At home and here at school, everybody has a quizzes to do today, okay? So if you go back into your virtual classroom, click on that, and it's pretty It's pretty simple. It's just all strip diagram questions. We just want you guys to be familiar with those. So you can go ahead and do that. It's good to see you guys. Reggie, I can't see your face, but I can see your hair. And Brock, it's good to see you. Sean, y'all have a good day, okay? And let us know if you need anything or have questions, all right? Hey, Sean. Bye, you guys.
Go to